and welcome back to my channel and to my gorgeously sunny studio today. In today's video, you are going to see a collaboration that I have done with a British artist called Louise Singleton, and the link to her collab video is in the description below. Click that little arrow under the right hand bottom corner of my video, just in case you didn't know. And our guidelines were using iron filings with magnet and resin, and the theme is floral, so I'm dying to see what Louise comes up with. I think she's the first person to have thought of this idea. I came across her on YouTube. So without further ado, let's get on with it. First thing I have to do is create some more blues because I've run out of blue sheets. So I'm just going to dab on some randomly. There's all kinds of techniques you can do, and I've done several videos on my collages that I've done. I've done lots of these on maple wood. I show you all kinds of techniques. So this is cleanup solution. I'm just going to add some of this on here because it keeps it nice and fluid, and then add some other colors, some turquoise. So this is going to be my background. So I've done the turquoise. Oh, denim. I like the denim blue. Where is the denim blue? So I'm using Pinata alcohol inks and the other ones you get from Michael's. And I'm going to add some gold. Now I'm going to put in some blending solution, which creates some really nice effects. So I'm just going to spread that around and then tilt it. I want to cover the whole sheet. You can use a little sponge to do some swiping or some stippling. Once you create some more designs, you can add some more blending solution. I love the way the blending solution changes everything. All right, so no more blue. That's stone washed. Here, let's try it. Here's the denim. Tim Holtz. The theme is floral. I've decided to do mine on a wood panel. The other guidelines were we could use any platform, meaning wood panel, canvas, glass, or tile, whatever we fancied. And we could also use any other medium that we wanted to do. So like acrylic or oils or just resin by itself. So as long as we incorporate resin with the iron filings. Right, so I'm using a 12 by 12 wooden panel. I have stained my Yupo paper with alcohol inks. My plan is I'm going to slice these up, and I said I would show you how I slice those up and create something like this as a background, and I'm going to do sunflowers on my background of alcohol ink stained collage. So what I do is I cut them all into strips, and I will show you how I do that. I had kind of sketched out something that I had in mind is going to get covered up by the paper. So you get your Yupo paper. I use a Fiskars cutter, and I use this one. I have another one, but it doesn't have all the guidelines. So I use this, and I just put it up to my guide, and voila. So I keep doing that, and I like to have a variety of different thicknesses. So those are 1/2 inch. I can do, I don't actually, the 1 inch I find is a bit big. Do a 3/4 inch, which I like. And then the fine, this little skinny ones are kind of cute. So I'm going to go ahead and cut all these, and then I will show you how I stick them down onto my board. The way I stick them down at here, I use Liquitex Matte Gel Medium, and all I do is paste this down as so. And the other thing with alcohol inks, once it is dried, I'm going to spray it with a fixative spray before I go on to the next step and do the sunflower. So I have that down, and then all I do is, I'm going to leave a little bit at the, actually no, this one can go right up to the edge. I'm going to trim the edges later. That, I think I'm going to do this the other way. It's easier for me to see the edge there. That, and then I get another piece. Okay, that will be trimmed, and that'll be another piece that I could use. And then I take more gel medium. And actually, you can use a bigger brush, which I will do in a minute. I'm just doing it like this, just to show you the beginning of how I do it. And then I will use a bigger brush and do a time lapse, so you don't have to watch me do the whole thing. So that. Oh, the other thing I like to do is mix up the lines. I don't want all the lines going down the same place. So for example, this one, I can take my scissors, trim this off and put this here, and don't have enough for the other side, and then just take another piece here. Just trim that off. I don't normally trim it up to the edge while I'm doing it because the glue's still wet, but anyway, that's roughly how I do it. So the next one, I don't want that line to line up. I'll do, say, one over here. So it'll look choppy, and that's what I want it to look like. So I am going to put you into a time lapse now, and so you can listen to some music and enjoy. dry. So now what I have to do is trim off all the extra pieces. And I'm hoping this blade is sharp enough. So there I have my canvas, meaning my panel. I'm going to keep some of these pieces, some I'm going to throw away, some I'll keep. All right, so before I go on and do anything else, I'll bring this up to you for a closer look. Isn't that gorgeous? Oh, you wait till you see the resin on this. It pops it. I'm going to use Grumbacher's Fixative Spray, and I'm going to spray this. Before I do that, I am going to tape the sides because I want the sides to have natural wood. Fixative spray is done. What I'm first going to do is decide where I want my sunflowers, and I'm only doing 2 because part of the artwork is my gorgeous collage. So sunflowers have a nice big fat middle, and this is the bit where the iron filings are going to go. But in the meantime, I'm just going to go around this to give me a guideline as to where my iron filings are going to go. You can kind of see that. And then above this one, I'm going to have a smaller sunflower, but you're only going to see part of it because it's going to be facing that way. All right. I have some flexible molding paste. I've got my panel on a Lazy Susan because doing the petals, I want to go around. I don't want to do it upside down. So I just figured that would be best. I'm just going to show you briefly what I'm going to do with the putty. So this is the palette knife that I'm going to use, possibly this one too, but right now I'm going to go ahead and mix up. Let me see if I can do this on the edge. This can be tinted, which is great to use. I'm just going to take some of this and I get a lollipop stick. And then take the color you want. I'm going to begin with the small leaves. I'm going to kind of do a kind of orange, kind of an orange mixture. So I'm going to add this to my putty. And mix this in. And just, it's better to add a little bit of color at first and then keep, it's not my putty, it's my molding paste. Get it right, woman. See? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go off camera. I'm going to stop you. You don't have to watch me mix with these colors. I'm going to mix my colors and then come back, and then we will start painting the sunflower, or sculpting the sunflower, really. Okay, paint's dry. I did just a circle of the burnt umber to just give me a guideline where to stay away from. So first of all, I'm going to just take a little bit of this molding paste, which I've mixed with my paint, and I'm going to do the little leaves first. This is going to have many, many layers on it. So here I have my painting, it's completely dry, and I'm going to put a magnet hopefully in the middle of my, this is going to be a wild guess, middle of my large sunflower, and then one under that one. Now, remember, they are so strong. Don't let them stick together. I have a bunch here and I can't get these three off, no matter how hard I try. I can't. All right, so I'm going to put a magnet onto this one, which the magnet will stick once I put the iron filings on, and then a magnet, I'm hoping, under the middle of that one. I have my iron filings. And now I'm going to spoon them on. With a plastic spoon, because I've learnt my lesson. So I've zoomed you in, so I know you can't see the whole painting. That's on purpose. I might have to do one at a time. Oh, did you hear that? That's my magnet sticking. That click was the magnet jumping up towards the filings. Oh, God, I can feel the pull of the spoon. This is so much fun. I'm going to put some over this one because it's going to be enough for that one. Let's see. Well, this magnet is definitely sticking to the bottom. I don't know if you can see. Oh no, hang on, let me do it under here. All moving around. That is so cool. It's like a little hairy beast. This one I'm going to have to do separately. Right, so they're both stuck. And now I'm going to manipulate the iron filings where I want them. Some are probably going to come off. Because I don't want them on my sunflower. I want to see this. They're quite easy to manipulate. I'm only going to use clear resin on these, and then when it is dry, then I'm going to add some color, probably using alcohol inks, because I don't want to use any tinted resin because I don't want it running off onto my beautiful sunflower. All right, I think I'm good. This is probably fine. I know it's going to maybe change as soon as I put the resin on. So I'm going to put the resin on really slowly. And you want to make sure the resin covers all of the iron filings, because as we know, iron gets rusty. Although I have to say, I think it might look kind of nice with some rust in the middle of a sunflower. But it's not going to stop, it's just going to keep getting worse and worse. And then once this has dried, I will do some painting highlights and then come back and do a complete coating of resin on the whole painting, and then we will be finished. I hope you will give this a try, and if you do, please give me a mention. And I always think it's nice to give other artists some credit, because you know, we're all in this for the same thing. We're all trying to grow our channels, and some people are strangely weird about giving other people credit. Well, I don't really think there's anything new, although I think Louise Singleton probably is the first person to have done this. So definitely credit to her. And thanks for doing a collab with me, Louise. And if I lifted this up for you, and then move the magnet around while it's still got the resin on. That is so cool. I'm going to keep it in the middle. Is that the middle? I think so. I'm just going to manipulate my filings. Okay, so that's good. Once that's dry, we will finish it off. Here we are the next day, and the final step. I have my clear resin mixed. This is StoneCoat's Art Coat, and I'm hoping one coat will be enough. And if it's not, no biggie. I don't know, just talk amongst yourselves. There we go. More on here. The first coat of resin that I put on here caused these spikes to stay nice and hard and keep them where they are. So I'm super happy. Just gonna cover them. And I have plenty of resin. So remember I said make sure all the iron filings are covered with resin, because they will rust over time. However, perhaps that is a look that you want. And to be honest, if this rusts here, I think that's going to be very, you know, aesthetically pleasing, should we say. So I'm not bothered. I'm kind of hoping that they do, but we'll see. We'll see over time. Now I mixed up for, this is a 12 by 12, and I mixed up 6 ounces total of resin. And for those of you who don't know, StoneCoat Countertops resin is a 1-to-1 ratio, equal parts of resin and hardener. And you mix for 3 minutes, but I always mix for 4. People who have resin errors, it's usually in the quantities that they've maybe eyeballed it and it's not exact, or that they just haven't mixed it properly and it won't ever set. And this will set, well, by tomorrow morning this will be hard enough to touch. But really, resin takes a good week plus. And before I ship anything, I wait 2 weeks because sharp objects can leave dents in it. Okay, I think one coat's going to be fine. This is so nice. Ooh, did I cover? I'll take a look sideways in a minute. I'm going to pop the bubbles. So sometimes I get asked questions of talking amongst us right now. Where do you sign your artwork? Well, something like this, I wouldn't sign it on the front. I definitely sign it on the back, and I may also sign it at the side. So, but not on the front. I'm going to bring you down for a closer look. And then once it dries, I will show you it hanging somewhere. Okay. Look at that. Isn't that interesting? It's so organic. And if you can see some of the petals erased through the resin, and then the resin itself is just beautiful. On top of those alcohol ink collages. Oh, look at that. All right, we will come back tomorrow when it's dry and take another look. Finished, it's dry, it's on the wall, and it's ready for my Etsy store. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did making it. And the link to Louise Singleton's collaboration video is listed in the description below, along with all the materials I used and links to my Etsy store and Amazon. So please don't forget to check out Louise's video. Thanks a lot for watching, and see you next time.